Okay, quiet down, quiet down. Talk to your neighbor. Best Monte Vista manners. Quiet down. Thank you. Hey, we're trying to do something a little different this year. We thought, you know, you guys are pushing to get your math scores up this year and how you're working on your math fluency. And we know that part of our program has always been, except for your first graders, you've always been part of something called MacRo. And so today I'm bringing you over the MacRo Queen, who's here to talk to you today. You're going to see her a lot. Okay, everybody wave to the MacRo Queen. Wave to the MacRo Queen. All right, there we go. All right. And the MacRo Queen, besides being a biker, she loves good math students, okay? So today's her opportunity to tell you how you can be a great math student, and we'll go from there because, see, when you ride a motorcycle, you got to know your math skills, okay? You got to know how much this thing weighs. How much does it weigh? You know, this thing, I've got one of these that weighs about, 700 pounds. I've got one that weighs a little more than that. So it just depends, okay? I've got to know how much mileage I get. If I'm a fifth grader, how many miles per gallon do I get, okay? How many miles do I go before I need to change my oil, okay? What's the speed limit that I have to follow? All kinds of math skills, guys. So, I'm going to turn it over to the MacRo Queen, give her your best manners, and let's listen up, okay? Let's give a hand of applause here for the MacRo Queen.
Good afternoon, boys and girls, teachers and guests. How are you this afternoon? How did you like our motorcycle MacRo man? Give them a round of applause. Motorcycle MacRo men have to know a lot about math. And Mr. Motorcycle MacRo Man, when did you start learning about math?
For kindergarten.
And what did you learn?
I learned my numbers and I learned patterns.
Okay, so now that he's an adult, he really knows his math and he can ride a motorcycle. So there's many reasons, many important reasons that we should all become good problem solvers. And when we learn our math and practice our math, that's what we do. Well, I'm here this afternoon because of the Rodell Foundation. The Rodell Foundation is a group of people who care about children and want children to grow up to be excellent readers and problem solvers. So the Rodell Foundation heard about the students at Monte Vista, and they said to the motorcycle MacRo man Mike that if they could come again this year and support what you do. How many of you were at Monte Vista last year? Raise your hand. Okay, arms down. Well, if you were at Monte Vista last year, then you know about the MacRo Club. Where are our first graders? Raise your hand, first graders. Okay, arms down. Now, listen carefully. We want the second and third, fourth, and fifth graders to be very quiet unless I ask you a question, because we want to teach the first graders what a MacRo Math Club is, and we want to invite them to join the MacRo Math Club this year. So, you second through fifth graders need to be ready to answer any questions. MacRo stands for Math Achievement Club by Rodell. So let's say that. Math Achievement Club by Rodell. And once a month, I get to be the MacRo Queen when I come to see you. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about joining the club. If you join the club, we have booklets that were provided to us by the Rodell Foundation. And this happens to be a second grade booklet, but we have booklets for first grade, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And once a month, starting in October, which is next week, everyone who's in the club is going to get your own special book that's going to be yours to work in through the month of October. And when you get that booklet, if you join the club, you're going to have to take very good care of it, and you're going to have to make sure that you know which booklet is yours. So let me just tell you what's on the cover. Name, teacher, and school. Do you think when you get your booklet you can write your name, your teacher's name, and the name of Monte Vista? Yeah! Okay, so these booklets have great problems in them that will help you to practice all the things that your teachers teach you at school about math. And your teachers will give you instructions on how to use these booklets. Well, think for a minute. Think for a minute. How many of you like math? Raise your hand. I love math. Put your arms down. I love math. It's one of my favorite subjects. We have something special to tell you, too. When you do your math pages and do them very neatly and do your personal best and finish every page, by the end of the month, you're going to turn these booklets into your teacher. And guess what? We have a special surprise for you if you turn your book in. Well, I can't tell you about all the surprises, but I can tell you that last year we had multiplication pencils with all the math facts on, like 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, all the way up to the 9s. We also had addition pencils. We had wonderful stickers. We had rulers. We had all kinds of surprises for people who earned them. And how do you earn a surprise at the end of the month? Yes. That's right. You do your MacRo book. Now, I want to tell you about another rule about MacRo. These booklets have 16 lessons in them. There's 30 or 31 days in the month. So 16 lessons are something that you can accomplish. There's a lesson 1, and let me see if I can find something to ask you. Okay, count the even numbers from 2 to 10. Can you count them? Let's do it together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so on this booklet it happens to say which numbers are all even. And so you're going to look and you're going to find the numbers that are all even. And this is a booklet where you bubble in the right answer. Have you ever done that before? No! Have you ever measured anything before? Okay, you're going to be measuring things. What are some other things that you do in math? Think about things that you like to do when you are problem solving. What do you like to do? Okay, he likes to do subtraction problems and takeaway. What do you like to do? Okay, good. What do you like to do? Okay, what kind of work in math? Okay, how about, I have something on my arm. What can I do with this thing on my arm and do something in math? Telling time. So you're going to have an opportunity to do a lot of things. When you finish lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and lesson 4, because you're going to be taking these books home every night for homework, at the end of lesson 4, there's going to be at the top of the page on lesson 4 a date and a signature. And so you are going to ask someone who's an adult in your house, whether it's your mother or father, and maybe you have a grandparent or your aunt or an older brother or sister to help you check your work, and then they are going to put the date, like today is September 21st, 2012. I would write that date, and then what does signature mean? Yes, your mom, if it's your mom, they will sign it. So you want to make sure that every fourth lesson, they will sign it. When you take these booklets home, you want to make sure you show your mother and your people in your family your booklets. Mr. Madison, can you think about anything else about these booklets?
The booklets, no, but the poster that goes with it, right
Yes.
here.
Okay, why don't
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Well, if you keep doing these lessons that she talks about, and you get your parents or your guardian to sign the booklets, every classroom has one of these posters in it right now. There's a different color for every grade level. I know fourth grades are still sitting in my office as we speak, so we'll have those. But here's what happens. When you bring back your sign, and it's all done, you get a sticker in here. And then the great part of the whole thing is, we always shoot for a certain number. And it's a percentage, which is another math skill, okay? Fifth grade, what percentage is the best you can do on something? Fifth grade, right there. Yeah. 100%, exactly right. 100 is a great number. Good job back there. Okay, so 100%, we're looking for every student in every class to get 100%, okay? And we do that when we come into the room. The MacRo Queen comes with me once a month. And we come into the room and we look at this poster and we go down, and here's the fun part for the MacRo Queen. We're going to call off the names of everybody who has a sticker. And that person gets to come up from the MacRo Queen and they get a monthly prize. Okay? It can be stickers, it can be pencils, it can be, in the case of fourth grade, today you're going to walk out of here with something. Everybody's going to walk out of here with something today. They're going to get either a ruler that's going to help them measure things, or in the case of fourth grade, which is a special grade level, they get a deck of cards that are used for math skills, okay? So there's lots of things going to happen today. But that chart back there, make sure that when you bring your MacRo book back, that you ask your teacher, and your teacher puts her sticker by your name, okay? All right, so that's one of the important parts, but I'll turn it back over because Miss MacRo Queen, you got to tell them how the day ends.
I'm going to say the months of the year starting with October, and I'm going to end with April. So if you know the months of the year, join me. So next month is October, November, December, January,